Beautiful Monday morning, and wow, what an incredible setting it is here. I'm out in Lake St. Louis. It's actually mobile, Monica. I might be doing this a lot, might be coming to you, coming back from an absolutely incredible weekend, and I have so much planned for you today. We're going to recap the retreat. We're going to bring on my adopted baby sister. We say this a lot. Is she really my adopted baby sister? Well, you know what? We'll find out. The main thing is she has a huge announcement to make about probably one of the biggest projects in her career, which is going to be a storied one. So I'm sure there's more great things to come. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. Good morning. Come online. Tell me how your weekend was. We had an amazing retreat that I'll be recapping for you, and we talked a lot about this: knowing your value and giving you the tools for understanding what your purpose is in life. Good morning, Sean. As you're popping on, I'd love to know how your weekend was. We're going to get going here. We're going to get into our topics, but just want to do a little mental health checkup for you to see how things have been going for you over the last couple of weeks, the last few months. In the last 3 months, we have changed lives together. We started this on March 1st. And so we are already over 3 months into this. Good morning, Linda. As you're popping on, let me know how you're doing mentally, spiritually, physically. The ladies that were at my retreat yesterday learned about the intention in the morning. So I picked my word as I woke up this morning about 5, and it is fulfilled. Today, my word is fulfilled. And then at the end of this evening, we'll talk about gratitude. Sean said I had an awesome time last night at the Shania Twain concert. My sister-in-law actually just showed up. She went to that as well. I'd love to hear more what you thought about it. I saw her many, many years ago when I was in country radio. And sweetheart, she's got a wonderful heart. She's been through a lot, by the way. But yeah, would love to know how it went. So Sean, let me know. The rest of you, what'd you do this weekend? How was again? Was it a fun one? Did you struggle? Because again, life is all about a roller coaster. It goes up and down. We're just a couple of minutes into the Real Monica Adams Show, which, as you can see on the crawl on the screen, it is brought to you by our wonderful friends at Invita Health and Wellness. The Invita Health and Wellness studios are, by the way, 1 week away. That's the big announcement. We will be going live from the studios on Monday of next week. And I'm talking about a party. You're going to come to the party? We're going to throw a party for you. We are super excited. I'll be sprinkling in some pictures. You probably think you saw the most recent pictures, but you have not. We have so much more that we've done to the set. Oh, Marilyn just signed on. Marilyn was at the retreat yesterday. Truly amazing. Thank you. And Nancy for hosting. My word is changed. Loved your family. Met many amazing ladies. Yes, you did. Good morning. Thank you for yesterday, Carrie says. Good morning to Candy. George, good morning to you, my wonderful videographer who is not on the mobile set, but we do have, I feel like we have an audience. We've got people pulling up in the driveway. That's my sister-in-law, just kidding. Jillian, good morning. Good morning. The weekend was good. I like to hear that, but I also want you to be real and authentic. And if in fact it wasn't, let me know, because that's literally what I'm here for, is to not only coach and counsel those of mine, those of my clients that I personally train, but to allow the public to be affected as well. So the one major thing is that we opened up that Thursday night class that was just for my personal clients, and now it is open to the public. And so Thursday nights, I think I told a lot of the people that were at the event yesterday, Thursday nights are for everyone. Good morning. My weekend was perfect, being with friends and positive hearts at the Stone Soup Cottage. Woohoo. Leona, it was wonderful to meet you. Good morning. Weekend was good as well. As you're popping on this morning, just saying hello, getting a little mental health check, and letting you know we're going to bring on Abby Stahlschmidt. Now, Abigail, if you have not followed her, I want you to do so right now. It'll give you a little bit more of an opportunity to know who she is. If you have followed me for years, you know that I met her when she was just 14 years old. I started personal training. More importantly, we became incredible friends, and now she's like my family, which is why we call each other our adopted baby sister and big sister. We're going to talk about her career, where it is now, where it's going, this incredible project that she has, and where she's going with that, and how you, by the way, can become a part of it. That's what's exciting. And I think I want to go a little bit more in depth with her to talk about blood, sweat, tears, passion, how you live out your dreams, and how you don't let others squash those dreams. That's really the message of the day. My weekend was good. Got some vitamin D at the Strawberry Festival. Oh, was that going on this weekend? See, life just moves so darn fast. Supported a small business. Way to go, Jillian. And happy Monday. Have a great week to you as well. Loved having you at the retreat yesterday. I'm going to tell you what, if you missed the retreat, we will have more. And I put a bunch of pictures together, put a really beautiful reel together from last night as well. And it just gave you an opportunity to see what you might be missing. So it is 7:05. I want you to hang tight with me. When I return, right here on this stool that you can't see, that's right next to me, I'm going to bring on Abigail Stahlschmidt, and we're going to talk about, again, where she is. But when she talks, I want you to understand that there are things that she'll say that maybe resonate with your life. I want you to listen to her story. I want you to be excited for where she's going, but I want you to understand that that's your potential. I talked to some ladies yesterday that said they're not happy with their job. They're not happy with they were. They were in abusive relationships. They've been through a roller coaster of life. They've had people not believe in them. They've had toxicity. They've had people squash their beliefs, try to take them into a different path. So when someone talks, understand that you see yourself within them, not just listening to a story, but hearing moments of your own life. I will come back to your comments. I will come back to this message, and we are going to have an incredible time. I hope you're enjoying the beauty of nature. Maybe you put your earbuds in, and as I take a quick break, you grab those earbuds, and maybe you get going and go out for a walk as you listen to the message. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Abigail Stahlschmidt. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment, or online envitahealthandwellness.com.
Carroll House is now the contemporary furniture design center.
We now have the largest selection of the latest ultra-modern furniture.
Sleek European designs, unique metals, bold lacquers, plush fabrics, and retro styles.
Modern furnishings with exclusive collections only at Carroll House.
Plus free financing, free delivery and setup, and free in-home design.
Visit the St. Louis Center for Contemporary Design inside our 3.5-acre showrooms at Carroll House.
Because you like nice things.
All right, welcome back. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Envita Health and Wellness, Carroll House, Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist. They are coming on and on and on because they believe in the message, as does this beautiful adopted baby sis.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not real.
Well, we're real, but
hey, it's the real Monica Adams and the real Abigail Stahlschmidt. You know, Abby, I named the show The Real Monica Adams because I want people to be more authentic with themselves and with the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the podcast, but I came on in pajamas and no makeup, and well, the reason why. Well, I just came on because I wanted everybody to be more real, but it was also a very deep subject, and it was like, we don't need to be all dolled up. We just need to strip down and be more authentic in life.
It's true.
Right? And you always have been. I was at the retreat yesterday, which we'll talk more about in just a little bit, but you were raised in an incredible family, and isn't that what it's all about? It's the foundation and the blessings of having incredible parents, which not everybody does.
Yes. Yeah, definitely being able to, I feel like for me, be comfortable being authentic is, part of it is having, such a good family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, having supportive friends and having people around me who have really helped nurture my creativity and really guided me along the way in my path. So that has been a crucial part. And for those of you who may have not had that, just really seeking out those intentional friendships and holding on to those. That's why we call each other sisters.
Well, and that's it. And that's where it all became. I met her when this is how many years ago? Is it 13 now?
I think it probably was about 13.
It is 13 years
Yeah.
ago. So I did my math real quick.
I'm not good at math. That's on you.
That's why she's like, that's why I went into the arts.
Right.
So actually, Abby walked in with her mother. They were looking for a personal trainer. At the time, I was at Red Fitness Lounge, a mutual friend of ours, Jamie Mushlin, who I love. Jamie owns Red. And they came in. And did I not, let's go back to this, did I not, when I first met you, say, you are going to go places. You are going to change the world, right?
Yeah.
So I said that 13 years ago, and we're going to talk about where that world has gone in the last 13 years. But let's say this. For those of you that don't know Abby, you started playing violin at what age?
At 4.
4.
Yes.
Now, was that something that you took to right away? Not, because this is the thing, that there are parents who will introduce their kids to something because it's something that they want. Oh, they didn't get a chance to do it, so they're like, well, you go do it, right?
Yeah.
You took it to her right away and just fell in love with it? It felt like
Yeah.
a part of you?
I do remember vaguely, I mean, since I was 4, I remember having an interest in it, but it was also, my parents were very intentional for both me and my sister at an early age, getting us in various different disciplines. Like, I was in ballet and I was in swim team and violin to try to figure out what kind of thing I was interested in. And I was the best at violin. I was really not good at swimming, and I was terrible at dancing. So violin.
Yes, but I've seen you dance now. You're okay.
I mean, not on a professional level.
I'm just kidding.
So the violin definitely was something that felt natural right away. I know I didn't love practicing when I was 4.
Yes.
But I soon fell in love with the instrument, and I felt like it was the most natural extension of me. So yeah, it was the one that stuck.
So violin from age 4, and you're now in your 20s, 27. So she just had a birthday, turned 27. So was there ever a time, because this is when you really know your passion, was there ever a time where you thought, okay, it's very arduous, I'm just done with practicing? Because sometimes, I just did an incredible interview with Lemmy Pulliam, who's this wonderful opera singer, and he was pulled away from it because of body shaming, fat shaming, didn't know if he'd ever come back to that beautiful instrument. He thought he was done with it, and then found this incredible depth to his voice again when he started singing. For you, you were introduced to it at 4 years old, now you're 27. Was there ever a time where you were like, this is a lot of practice, I don't want to do this? Or no? Ever?
I remember there being 1 year that I actually took off when I was, I think, in elementary school or middle school. Yeah, I mean, it's just figuring out where your passions lie. And when I came back to it, I was like, well, of course. I mean, this just, it's so natural. But I mean, obviously it requires a lot of practice. But still, it's even putting in that kind of practice, like you realize all over again how much you love it.
Right.
And then actually the thing that I love the most about playing the violin is being able to share it with other people. Being on stage is my favorite place to be, because we're bringing different pieces of ourselves to the whole concert, and being able to have like those interactions, especially whenever trading solos or doing something that's a little bit different than you did the night before. That's my favorite dynamic.
Well, that's because you get a chance to look out at the audience. You see how it moves you, and people might cry, and you don't know where that's coming. That's why I life coach, because when you see that, you want to go, what's the story, right? Music fills our souls. We talk about mental, spiritual, physical health. That spiritual, soulful, emotional side, a lot of times is linked to a song. It takes us back to a memory, right? What a beautiful thing for you to be providing that to the world. By the way, if you're just tuning in, it's the Real Monica Adams podcast, and Abigail Stahlschmidt is on with us this morning. We're live in Lake St. Louis. It's the Mobile Monica Show. If you have any questions or comments, if you've ever had an opportunity to see Abby in concert, let me know. Dwayne said happy birthday. Oh, this is a belated happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Are you, by chance, a Stahlschmidt from St. Charles or North County?
St. Charles.
Yeah, so evidently I found this out the other night when we were at dinner, and someone's like, whatever, what was, I don't know the name, but you were like, oh yes, I'm sure. I mean, to me, I had never met a Stahlschmidt, so I thought it might be more rare, and you say no.
There are a lot of us in this area.
Okay.
And in West Alton, I believe, too. So yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a common name overall, or the U.S., but in this area, there are a lot of us.
All right,
so.
To all you Stahlschmidts, here, we got some tea on set for you.
If there are any more of you out there,
cheers.
I'm sure you're my family.
I hope you've been to one of her concerts. Okay, so we're going to be talking with Abby throughout this hour. What we want to talk about beyond, we'll go back and forth a little bit about her younger career, what she's done so far, but I want to sprinkle this in a few times. You have a big announcement today of how they can actually get involved with your career.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I'm so excited because this is something I've been dreaming about for a long time. I grew up in orchestra, and one of the things, again, it's like being on stage in a band. It's a team aspect. Being in an orchestra, you know, everybody's playing their parts, but there's something magical that really happens, especially at a show, whenever everybody's bringing their 100%, and you hear the orchestra around you. So I have explored a lot of different genres throughout my career, and now I'm at the point where I am bringing my original music kind of to that dynamic of orchestra. I'm going to be recording 3 of my original songs that I wrote with my co-writer Cliff Downs. I'm bringing them to an orchestra in Nashville, bringing members of the Nashville Symphony into the recording studio, and we're recording at a famous recording studio called Ocean Way Studios.
And this is why I want you to follow Abby, because she has been posting some pictures and video, and I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, I was in country radio as a DJ for 7 years. I was in Nashville a lot for the CMA Awards, talking to a lot of the artists. I never saw Ocean Way though, and you've been posting some pictures and video, and it looks beautiful.
Yes, I know. I mean, even just looking at their website, apparently, this is what the birdie says, Beyonce has recorded there.
Oh.
And Trisha Yearwood has recorded there.
And soon Abby Stahlschmidt will be recording
exactly,
there.
and another famous name.
Exactly. You will be. You're in that company.
Well, thank you.
How long has Ocean Way been around? Do you know? Because that was
it's been a long. Oh, Willie Nelson has recorded there too.
Oh, incredible.
So a lot of famous country artists, especially because of Nashville. But yeah, it's a famous recording studio. So
I've known you for a long time. I did not know that you grew up with the symphonic aspect and the mindset when you were younger.
Yes. Yeah.
It's beautiful to watch her, because that's why if you follow Abby, and again, if you're just tuning in, Abby Stahlschmidt is on set with me. We're talking about her career as a violinist, singer, composer, beautiful model, beautiful soul first and foremost, and it's this project that's coming up that you are going to get an opportunity to be a part of. So if you follow Abby, over the years you may have said, oh, well, I've seen her sing, I've seen her play the violin, I've seen her model, I've seen this type of music. I've always said, knowing her, I really am interested in which direction you'll go and what you really love. You've been doing this as well, right? Trying to figure out what does your heart and your soul feel the most?
Yeah.
Is it this thing that you're getting ready to take on?
Yes, I've definitely always had a deep passion for music. That's kind of where I feel my most of my creativity is able to blossom. But I also love, more of kind of the spokesperson aspect too. I love speaking to the camera and being able to interact with people. So there's kind of that hand-in-hand aspect to it. But I also love being on, it's so hard to separate it, because I love being on set and meeting new people. I love it. There you go. We're on set right now. I love meeting new people and getting to interact with brands and photographers. So, my life has kind of still involved all of those aspects.
Abby, it doesn't change, so is mine.
Right, exactly.
She's known me for a long time, but it's like you add things on, and some people, you're going to get this if you haven't already, some people say, well, you probably just have to focus on one.
Yes.
Says who?
I have gotten that.
But says who?
Right.
You have so much. Here's the thing that I teach a lot, Abby. If it's in your soul, then follow it. Don't let someone squash it. At some point, if it does become overwhelming and you feel like you don't have the balance of life, then yes, maybe we need to do that, but why not fill your soul? I think there's a lot of people that are holding themselves back, and maybe they'll find something that they just run with and say, I can't believe I held that down, because so many people tried to squash it. So when we talk about the message of don't let anybody squash your dreams, I mean that. So Abby, violin, according to Marilyn, is her favorite instrument. So excited for you, and probably know your family. Yes, I'm friends with Rosemary, who was a Stahlschmidt, and Chet Mabry children.
Yes.
I will see Dee Dee and her family, Renee, this weekend.
Well, say hi to them for me. Yes, I definitely, that is part of my family.
I love this.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we're going to have Abby on for a bit here, and if you have any questions for her, you have any comments for her, maybe you yourself love the violin and you've thought, I'd love to pick it up, Trim Light says, good morning, y'all.
I love it.
So we're talking about a wonderful project that Abby is part of, and you just posted a link last night. So you
Yes.
literally are just launching this.
Yeah.
She's announcing it right now on the Real Monica Adams Show of how you can get involved. So you mentioned Ocean Way and the symphony. So let's talk about Chet. How are you say Cliff Downs?
Yes.
You've been with him for how long?
So we've been writing music for about 4 years now.
Oh, okay.
So it has been a process, and it's just even kind of getting to the point where you feel like the songs are ready to be at the point they're at now.
Mm-hmm.
So we are officially taking 3 of our songs from our catalog of songs we've written over the past 4 years, and we're taking them to an orchestrator, and he is actually one of the biggest orchestrators in the business. We are really honored to be working with him. I'm sure you've heard of some of the films that he's orchestrated music on, such as The Lion King, Interstellar, The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh yeah, just those.
I mean, just some small time films. Wonder Woman. So he is definitely a big deal. But all of this, as you can imagine, is also not cheap. So there are a lot of ways that we want to be able to bring people along with us.
Yes.
And of course, monetarily is also appreciated, but even just sharing the campaign that we're doing. There's some really fun things that you will get as a reward for being a part of the campaign. I have a few things with me today too.
Just happened to.
Yes, just have to bring some props.
And let's say, here's the deal. Let's say why, because
before I even get to that.
There are a lot of things in life, right? We'll look at, let's just say nonprofits. They hold a charitable event, and some people say, gosh, I'd love to go there. Ticket prices are high. Okay, so can we just send in a donation that's $5, $10, $15, $20? Yes, and when we say that every bit helps, the reason why we would say, hey, you want to be a part of this is because what it will do to your soul, what it will bring to you for your future. That's how it comes back to you full circle.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things is, of course, being able to support independent artists.
Yes.
Because I'm not a signed musician to a record label. This has definitely been a passion project of mine. Everything I've done up to this point has been self-funded, and I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it. And the same goes for Cliff. He works at oh my goodness, why am I losing my words? At a country publishing company.
Okay.
So he's been in the business for a long time. He's worked on scoring things for Broadway and for a number of other aspects of the music business besides just country music. So he is very multifaceted. But me as an artist, I'm an independent artist still.
Yes.
So this is why I love to be able to bring my fans along with me, because I really want people to feel like they are involved in the process. I don't want it to feel like, oh, we're just supporting some artists off there who never interacts with us. I want this to be something that is more interactive.
Absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in and I see the numbers kind of go up and down and up and down and new people come in, I don't want you to say, well, who is this? Because there's one name on the screen right there. That's me. We don't have Abby's name on the screen. So it's Abby Stahlschmidt. And Abby, again, was talking about how she started playing violin at the age of 4. But I've watched her play the violin. I've watched her sing. I've watched her model. If you follow her, you'll see all these wonderful things. She takes you behind the sets and allows you to see the beautiful fashion. I mean, when I said fulfill your life and follow your dreams and don't let someone squash them and stick true to your beliefs and the foundation and the faith of who you are, we mean that. That's something that you've been through. People try to push a different belief upon you. They try to say, well, don't be this way, or grow up, or whatever, right?
I've had multiple things over the years, and I first want to say the majority of the interactions I've had are positive. I've had so much support throughout my life, through even my teachers, my orchestra conductor. Shout out to Shane Williams.
Hi, Shane.
He is absolutely phenomenal. Many people know him because he is so involved in pouring into people, and that was he was probably one of the most formative relationships early on, because I saw the way that he poured into all of the people in the orchestra as a conductor. But that wasn't his only role. He was there to instill confidence and to instill hard work and discipline, but also to make sure that people knew that it was for a higher purpose. It wasn't just to make the music sound a certain way or fulfill just the composer, but to really fulfill yourself in coming together as a group and creating something beautiful. So that is essentially wrapped up what I want to be doing with the music that I'm putting out. And yeah, just bring people along with us. Even if you're not a musician, I want you to feel like you can be involved. I'd love even input on, hey, if you have a song suggestion, that you want me to put out in the future, you have even a cover song that you'd like me to do. I'm always happy to, to try to, see what people are wanting and to be able to help fulfill that as well.
See, this is why we are so close, because you've heard me say that for a long time. What do you want to see on this show? You'll see me by myself a lot, where I'm just teaching and helping and life coaching and wanting to change where your thought process is, your mental, physical, spiritual health. I'll bring guests on, and guests that resonate with me. We will bring sponsors on, and one of the things, and I think this shows true integrity in a person, is that you could be offered a lot of things, then suddenly you feel like this doesn't connect with me. And so you have the ability to say, no, I'm going to pass on that project.
Right.
And what does that mean? That means you're true to yourself.
Right.
And so it's the same thing. I had this in my career where when I was in radio, it was like, oh, this particular sponsor wants you to put your name and your endorsement behind, and I was like, well, that doesn't connect with me.
So true.
Right? It doesn't connect with me. It doesn't connect with who I am.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to say no to that.
Yes.
Because in the long run, it's the integrity of the person where you are like, wow, they said no to that because they wouldn't want to put you work a lot. I said I was going to talk about blood, sweat, tears, what you do in your life, and when you're more true to yourself, I think you reap those rewards. Don't you agree?
That is totally true. I've had a number of examples that I could bring up, but it's also having the confidence in knowing that there will be something better, even because you said no, because you did stay true to yourself. And I've had multiple music opportunities, modeling opportunities that have come up, and I've been like, that it sounds really good at the outset, and I'm sure there are things of it that I would enjoy if I said yes, but I also would have kind of this thing in the back of my mind, like, I feel like I compromised in a way, even if it wasn't some totally awful thing. For me personally, there have been some decisions I've had to say no to because I knew down the road I would not be happy with the decision I made. So there is definitely that aspect.
So understand that. When I said that Abby and I will talk, I want you to think about your own life, right? So this is how it resonates with you. Has someone taken you into a place that feels so a tug of war? Follow that gut instinct, right? That's when you're leaning in on faith or whatever your belief system is. I always say it's the whispers until it becomes a smack in the face. It's like somebody tried to warn you, whether it's God or whoever that you're allowing to guide your life, and then suddenly it'll be like a little hit, and then it'll be a punch in the gut of why didn't I pay attention? That this wasn't for me. Marilyn said, I'm in. Love the arts. Would love to support you. You are so blessed.
So sweet.
You know the amazing Monica. No, I'm not amazing. I had the pleasure of seeing Abby perform at the Become Conference. She's amazing. Dana saw you there. Oh, George wanted to know if you were going to play a little bit. She doesn't.
I will only play my air violin because I don't have my real violin with me.
I'll play the air piano for you.
So if you just imagine, or you can head over to my page.
Yes, there you go.
I'm sure she's going to be giving some social media plugs.
Well, I don't know if Michelle or Caroline are on this morning. Otherwise, George or maybe your mother can pop in. And those of you who are maybe moderating for me, can you post her information?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, can you put it in the comments? Otherwise, when this is done, I'll of course be giving you all the information that you need. So let's go a little bit more into the project itself. You launched the link last night, so if you follow Abby, you have it under Abby or Abigail or both?
Abby Stahlschmidt is my social media page, but the project officially is under Abigail Stahlschmidt because that's my full name.
Perfect. On all channels that you have?
So that's just what it's listed as. But most of my social media channels are under Abby Stahlschmidt. I have a band page under Abigail Stahlschmidt, but everything is also posted on my main pages under Abby.
Okay. So this it's a Indiegogo.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's kicked off last night. Literally, she dropped it last night, and that's why we always want to bring you the best things, most fresh, exciting that's in the world. Nothing about negativity. This is all about positivity on this show. And if you're just new to our podcast, it's been going on for 3 months, and when she talks about if you can't do a monetary, you can't donate monetarily, you can share. And it's the same thing about this show, that if you can't be live, that you catch it and you share, because what that does, it reaches the masses. It touches everybody around the world. Stephanie said good morning to you.
Oh, good morning.
So let's give the information on how people can support, again, whatever level they want to, where they can find it all. And let's talk about some of the levels.
Yes, absolutely. So if you head to my social media pages, that's the easiest way to find the campaign. It is Abby Stahlschmidt, ABBYSTAHLSCHMIDT. I sure hope somebody types this out.
Yes, please. Moderators,
It's long.
please.
Or maybe voice text, and hopefully they'll autocorrect it.
Maybe I can do it. Keep talking.
Yes. So the Indiegogo campaign, it is on Indiegogo. It just launched last night, and I've already gotten an amazing response. Thank you to everybody who has already donated. And again, please share it far and wide. So this project is, just to recap and give you a little more details. So it's 3 songs. They are symphonic in nature, so we're going to be recording all of them with members of the Nashville Symphony. We're recording them at Ocean Way Studios. And yeah, all of the songs though involve different aspects of genres that I've loved over the years. You're going to hear a little bit of rock, you're going to hear a little bit of world music, you're going to hear a little bit of pop, and really everything in between. So I think there's something for everybody, and that really was my goal in it too. And you might hear a little bit of vocals. There are some songs that are still being finished for it.
Oh, okay.
So I may
exciting.
even post some sneak peeks along the way while I'm finishing writing. I'm hoping to get a video posted soon of me and my co-writer talking about the project as well. So stay tuned for that. But yes, the levels, just to preface it, you can actually give at whatever amount you would like to, but the specific perk levels where you receive some gifts in return start at $25 and up.
Okay.
And you can check out those specific levels on the campaign page.
And Caroline Caroline's one of our moderators. Caroline
yay.
just posted it. So Caroline, thank you. Good morning, by the way. She said very cool to see.
Thank you so much.
If you look in the comment section, Caroline just posted the link, so you can just click on it directly, and then we will talk about these different levels you can. So let's start at 25. What would that be?
Yes. So at 25, you get the music download, which this is going to be something in progress even as the campaign ends, because of course this campaign is to raise money in order to record at Ocean Way Studios. So in light of that, the people that donate at 25, I'm also, for them to be able to get something right away, I'm going to be giving them my full catalog of everything I've released to date. So you will get a personal download from me in your email if you donate at $25. And some of the levels on up will receive some really cool things. I'm so happy that Monica connected me with this amazing partner.
And by the way, those of you that were at the retreat over the weekend, you know who this partner is.
Yes. So I'm sure we can give a little blurb about this. But their mission, this specific partner, is very in line with both Monica and I and our mission. They're called Vital, and many of you have probably seen this water bottle already.
But you haven't seen something like that.
Right.
This is probably the coolest one I've seen him do.
Thank you. But this one has my logo on it, and it's going to have a personalized message just for you, for everybody that donates at the level to receive a water bottle. So it won't have my message necessarily on it, but it will have a personalized one that I have handpicked for you.
Oh, cool.
And also a personalized color. So if you did order at this level, or you do order at this level, you can even tell me what your favorite color is, and I'll make sure that it's on there.
And the cool thing is, and Rick actually was at the retreat. So those of you that were at the retreat over the weekend, you met Rick and his wife Stacy and their mission, and what he actually had breaking news yesterday of what they're doing. Yeah, because he said he's got something coming up that you're going to really love it.
Yes.
He announced, I think he announced it to the ladies yesterday, so I don't know why I can't announce it. They are going to be putting a stone in here.
That really?
Yes, and there's a lot going into making that. Everything that they want to go forward, they'll be taking that, and as they're raising the money, they're actually going to be affecting our children in the foster system, many levels, where they're going to take them out on the camp, and it's a ripple effect. So I don't know if you've seen this, but when I did the Swim Across America, they actually, when you think about a person who's lost their life in cancer, or you're in support of someone, you actually take a stone and you throw it into the water, and it's the ripple effect and the memories that go into that. So there's a lot of things coming with what he's calling ripple makers. So there's a lot more to his mission, their mission, I should say. But the funny thing he said yesterday, so see, Carrie said Rick and Stacy were awesome. The ripple effect, yes.
I love that.
He said right now, these are so cool, and this is why I love these water bottles. So it just gives you an opportunity to carry some things around in it. And he said, now see, I don't have long hair, but it would be for you. He said this is great, or one of them said it's great for you to put hair ties.
Oh,
and then here's the thing I love, his daughter puts a little note in there for him.
Oh,
so
that's so sweet.
But it gives you an opportunity. You can put your key in there. Yep, and then leave
supplements, whatever you want to put.
Absolutely.
But yeah, these, I mean, even the quality of these are stainless steel and they are laser engraved. I personally went to the headquarters they have. I will be releasing a video of that soon too, talking to Rick. What a phenomenal guy. I mean, I told Monica when we met the other day, in the first 10 seconds,
I told him.
have an immediate connection because it's obvious whoever he's talking to, he's laser focused on their story.
Yep.
And that is just, it speaks so much to his character.
Yeah. So this is part of the campaign for her that you'd be able to get, and this is at what level?
I have to check on the levels actually. I think that starts at 150.
Okay.
And I think there definitely are some levels above that where you'll also receive one of those.
Oh, good. And one thing, by the way, because I have some of these and I bought some of these for my clients, inside, this is the cool thing. So Abby said that you could pick a color, but guess what? It's kind of like call in now and you get a second one inside of this. This is free.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you go inside and they a lot of times will give you that you can get a second color.
Oh,
so sometimes
that is so cool.
Yes, so it may be inside of yours
something new.
where you scan this code and you get an extra color. So
yeah,
that's a possibility. But yeah, how cool. So 25 is where you start getting some perks.
Yes.
What's at the 25? Do you know?
Yes. So we just talked about that. That was the music download.
Oh, just the download. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Then you have 50, and then does it go?
50 includes some of my personalized music merch.
Okay.
And you also receive a personalized thank you video from me. And going up from there, there are things, I would have to have the specific levels in front of me, but some of the other things that you could get at different levels include house concerts, or you might be able to even get Zoom concerts if you're not in the specific 200-mile radius. But also something I'm really excited about, I'm going to be hand making shadow boxes at specific dollar levels that'll have a real violin inside them. You guys, this is like unheard of value in this too. It's gonna have a real violin as well as signed sheet music of some of my original music I've written with Cliff Downs, and it'll have other memorabilia from our studio sessions and from my music journey. It might be things like strings, it might be some of the rosin that I've used. There are specific things in there that'll be special only to the music box that you get.
Okay, so your mother, by the way, is awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Mom.
Well, and we talked a little bit before, and ladies that were at the retreat yesterday heard me say how blessed I am for my wonderful mother.
Yes.
You are as well, with an incredible mother and father and sister. Her sister is extremely talented as well. You have a beautiful, aesthetically, more so beautiful in here, foundation, faith. That's really what matters.
Yes.
So Mom's here, Lori, who happens to also be my manager. I mean, how blessed I became. It just became more organic. I mean, it wasn't even planned. She was just like, I got you, girl. Let's go. Let's run, right? Let's take on the world and let's change lives. She just handed us the levels. So as she said, the digital download, sorry, I know we were talking about that, and I was like, oh, okay, that's at the $25 level. And then you have the $50 level.
$50, yes.
So that's going to be, one of your shirts, which looks really, really cool.
Yes. Yeah, my mom's wearing one of those today. I might have to have her.
Hey, Mom, Lori, come out on set.
She's gonna hate me for that.
I know, right? But come show it.
Right. So the $50 level does include my merch, and I'm so excited. This is the first time I've ever had these. I had some personalized stickers made, and shout out because this is a local company.
Oh, I love supporting local.
And I think it's Promo, I'm going to have to get the exact name of their company. Promotions Pronto, that's what it's called.
Promotions Pronto.
They are phenomenal. They're also going to be making my t-shirts. So I've got some stickers, die cut sticker here, and then another one with a photo that probably many people have seen. This has been on my website for a long time. But
hey, where was that taken?
This was taken from a music video that hopefully some of you might know. The Purple Rain cover.
Purple Rain.
Yes, that one.
Purple Rain.
I'll let you sing it.
Oh, come on. Trying to get her to release the art.
So this is a screen grab actually from the music video. So it turned out so cool with the way that the light's streaming through that I wanted to make it a promotional photo.
Okay, cool. So, Mom, you're going to show this? Come over here. Come on, Mom. She hates being on camera. She's just like my husband.
Mom.
Come on, Mom.
Do
okay,
it.
Here's the shirt.
Most beautiful shirt.
Isn't she beautiful? Look, you can see where the beauty
Good
comes
morning.
from. Yeah, come on in a little bit more.
Love you, Mom.
So this This is actually a pose you'll see Abby do a lot when she's
It's on
performing.
the sticker too.
Who took that picture, Mom? Or somebody professional?
Professional.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But you've taken some that I still think is pretty cool. I took
she's
one
awesome.
time, but I'm so glad that they captured that. So you have it on the shirt. You've got it also on the bottle.
Yep.
And so, yes, thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
We love you. Okay, so we talked about $25.50.
Yes.
And
So then 75 is what I call my personalized bundle. And that you'll receive the merchandise, the stickers, the t-shirt, an autographed photo, and then the personalized thank you message. And then
hold on, I'm going to say something. Marilyn just said, hi, Lori. See, you get a shout out.
Aw.
Bill says, good morning. Marilyn said, yes, I know Stacy from Promotions Pronto. Love them. Look at that. I love this.
Awesome.
All this together.
Connections.
Abby, you are such a together young lady. Impressive. You can see your
Aw.
beauty inside and out.
Well,
See?
thank you.
You can feel it in the energy. Abby, I would love to hear you play. Are you planning any concerts?
I have a concert coming up. The one coming up most recently. That doesn't sound right.
In the future?
The soonest.
The soonest?
English. Is
Now we know. Here, this is the real Abby Stahlschmidt. We know she's not good at math.
I know.
Well, I think she's good at English. She's just kidding
Well,
around.
There
Not
are a
that
lot of
second.
things I'm not good
Rewind,
at.
erase.
So this is the real part. There are a lot of things I'm not good at, but I know what I am good
That's
at, and
what
that's
matters,
what I
right?
focus
That's
on.
what matters. That's right.
All right. So the laser engraved bundle.
Hold on, answer that. Where's the
How did I miss that?
Here, where will you be able to be
I'm
seen?
jumping off to
perform?
the next
No, we'll
thing
come back to
already.
this.
The next place that you'll be able to see me
Yeah.
perform is I'm performing with an ELO tribute band, which many of you have probably seen me perform in.
Electric
They're called-
Light Orchestra.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Blue Sky,
Mhm.
and we have our next show in Highland Park, Indiana.
Oh,
We are performing the Wicker Park concert series.
when's this?
This is, don't
Ep-
quiz me. I think this is in July. I should know this.
Okay, well, so how about locally? Where would you be?
Locally, I don't have anything coming up for a little while.
Okay,
which is a little
she needs to
disappointing.
get booked.
Yes. So book me.
reach out to my manager, which is her mom.
Yes.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
I have a lot.
Just
No. That's true. She manages. She does a lot of things. So she is the one that's
She'll hook it up.
But no, to kind of bring it back, I do perform a lot of private events. So there's
Okay.
those are. Whew, I'm getting ahead of myself. Those are the events that I have coming up most recently. Why do I keep saying it like that? Soonest.
in the near future.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Woo.
This is my strong suit, broadcasting.
I know. So I perform for a lot of private events though. So I perform for everything from birthday parties to wedding events to you might have a celebration of some sort. So if you do want to book me for a private event,
Yes.
feel free to head to my website, abigailstahlschmidt.com.
Mhm.
I would love to play for a private event. I do have one again coming up really soon. It's a really big memorial event. So please take a look at that if you're interested.
And Carrie just asked, do you have any music on YouTube?
I have a lot of music on YouTube. Thank you for asking. If you go to my website, you will be able to see links to all of my social media channels. So that's kind of a one-stop shop.
Mhm.
And yes, everything from the Purple Rain cover to some of the other music that I've released of my own that is original. I did a really cool one to kind of give a shout out of it, of a song that Cliff and I did write together over 2020, and we brought together a virtual orchestra, performed our song Dawn of War, and it turned out really well. So thank you to all of the musicians who were involved. There were so many that came together for that, so that was a fun thing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen and kids, and that's the thing about this show. We're hoping that we affect all ages. You know, that's the one thing, Abby, when I think about this show, I always wonder, what are the demographics? Who's
Right.
watching? I
Yeah.
want to reach your demographic. I want to affect our future leaders.
Right.
And I'm hoping that we can do that with the help of bringing on guests that are of all different ages, all different races, ethnicities, cultures.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So when I talked about walking away from TV because I wanted to follow more of who I am and the authentic side of me to change the world, it is the world. I've met with a lot of people, by the way, over the last couple of weeks, and they said, thank you, Monica. So you're not just focusing on this. And I said, no, I'm focusing on everyone. I want us all to have the balance of life. I want us all in a world where we can be anything to just be kind first and foremost before we say these are the levels and layers of who we are. It is really to be that. So those of you that said, wow, we can really tell that Abby is grounded, right? You can see it in her. When you follow her, and Caroline, thank you, by the way, for posting her YouTube, so you can click on that.
Thank you.
So Carrie, there you go. You can click on that and find out more about the music that she's put out there. But if you follow Abby, and I hope you do from here moving forward, you will see the foundation of who she is. It just naturally, you don't see arrogance, you don't see ego, and it's easy to do when you look like her. It's easy to do in the world that she's in. It's easy to have done in the broadcasting career that I had, which she's known me. Do I have an ego?
No.
Real, as real can get.
Right.
I'm a big goofball sometimes, or I'll make you cry like happened at the retreat, which we'll recap in just a second. So again, the link to donate is on the comment section. I will be sharing, though, to make sure that you have that as well. You actually already have a pretty great start. I just looked at.
Yes.
We don't want to talk about it? I mean, that's,
Yes.
You're blessed.
Thank you so much. I have had, well, I guess we can actually pull up the real number here.
Yeah. Go back to
So
that.
it is a large goal amount because, of course, again, this is not a small project. I don't want to do anything small. I think you have the same the same mindset. So I have already received, and just this is an official announcement because nobody's heard this yet.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. As of this moment, I've already received $11,000
And it just launched.
$11,325. Sorry, I was about to say 325 cents.
She's not good at math. She said it.
Woo!
11,325, and you just launched this. That shows just how much people are wanting to be a part of this. But the goal is what?
The goal is 40 grand.
Okay.
And yes, I'm really hopeful, and I'm believing that we're going to reach that.
You
So-
will. Just put it out there, because there are a lot of very giving people, as she said before, though. So if you're just tuning in, and if you can't, even at $25, if you share, there are people that follow you that may be able to do so. And again, the reason why you want to is for so many levels of being able to have a part of this project. As she said, there's even an opportunity when we talk about corporations and businesses that are able to
Yes.
jump on board,
Yes.
that they might be able to get at the level. What's the highest level on there? Is it 15,000?
Yes, there is a 15.
And that's the flying
Yes.
to be
so
in Nashville.
that though is a whole experience. I
Yes.
call that the ultimate fan experience, because this is really something that you can't get anywhere else. This is going to be an experience where a true fan of mine wants to come to the studio, spend a day with us, watch the recording process, really see the inside access of what happens in the forming of 3 songs with an orchestra, with an arranger, and all that goes into that. You'll even get to have dinner with me.
Oh,
So it really is the full experience of what the day is like.
I'm excited.
So,
So,
yeah.
but again, it's every level. But we always say that it's just kind of like when I'm auctioneering, and I always go, oh, we're doing a fund to need. Okay, we're going to start at 25,000. I always feel like I'm going to have to move pretty quick. And then I've had people go, and I was like, oh, see, you never know
Right.
what touches someone's soul, what touches someone's heart to say, I want to be a
Yes.
part of this. So.
Yes.
If you work for someone that you think wants to be a part of this, spend the entire day, be at the studios,
Right.
reach out. You can click on that link. Again, we'll be sharing. You'll be paying attention to Abby's page, and she will give you those levels. Abby, I love inspirational sayings. I love your Irma Bombeck
Oh,
saying.
it's on my website.
I am
yes.
adding that to my inspirational journals.
Aw.
Love you are faith-based like Monica, my
Yes,
friend Leona, and myself.
absolutely.
Yeah, so Abby, if you have any questions or comments or anything, or like we said, share, please do so. Anything
Yes.
else you want to add, Abby?
Yes. Also, there are another couple things that are really fun about this project. So not only will I be doing surprise giveaways that I don't have announced anywhere, you'll only be able to go to my crowdfunding link in order to access those giveaways.
Okay.
I'll post announcements on my social media. You'll have to head over to the crowdfunding giveaway link. And also, as the progress of the campaign continues, there are going to be stretch goals when we hit certain dollar amounts. So things like a surprise song that's going to be released on my website, a bonus track that's going to be added to the EP once we hit 35K, and a music video that also will go along with that new song. And also, once we hit 60, there will be artwork released for every single track on the EP. I'm going to commission a artist. I'm not going to be doing AI, love technology, but I want to involve,
Real people?
real art, real people. I want to involve real people because I'm really big about that. And at 70K, there will be a private party where all of my donors will be invited. I will invite you personally. It'll be free, and you'll be able to party with me on the new music and get to hear it live.
Party like a rock star.
Yes.
And a symphonic star.
Right, and whatever star.
Exactly. So did you hear that, by the way? This is about visualization. This is about putting it out there. This is about the law of attraction.
Yes.
You said, and I quote, when we hit 60K, you made it
Yes.
happen. Right? So that's what we want you to do, is when you have a belief in something, put it out there. If you don't believe in it, many times it won't happen. Where you've heard the saying probably before that if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you
Right.
can't. So it is, how much in the fiber of your being do you believe? Oh, it's got to chill. How much passion do you have inside of you? There's a lot of passion between the two of us right now. I think you can probably feel that, and that's why we resonate together. We truly do want to change the world together. Caroline, thank you, by the way. She just put it on there again. Here's the
Thank
link
you.
for helping out the project. She just brought it to the closest to the last. Actually, it should be. Looks like it's the last comment right now. So that way you can click on that. You can follow along. I love you. I am so, give me a hug. I'm so proud of you and
You too.
and where you've gone in life. More
you.
so, I'm proud that you have never walked away from who you are as the fiber of your being, that you haven't been led into the levels of arrogance and conceit and uppityness, right? Because it can happen in the fields that we're in, right? The celebrity status of something can absolutely take you there. But I believe, and this is how I'll wrap this up before we get into the wrap of the retreat, that you and I can go back to our family foundation
Absolutely.
and know that our mothers, incredible female role models, have said, probably, the words to me were, when I got into broadcasting 30 years ago, she's only 27, so it's longer than you've been on earth. 30 years ago, my mom said, I don't care if you get to be Oprah status, you better not get too big for your britches. And I said,
Yes.
you've raised me
Absolutely.
right?
I think it's also the belief that you were created for a very specific purpose. There's nobody else that can fill the same shoes as you. So we can't be in competition with one another.
Right.
And we can only encourage one another and learn from one another. Even if you don't necessarily like the way another person is doing something, you still have something to learn from them. And I love that. I mean, I've learned that over the years, and just being able to go through life in that way and see people differently. So I think that is something that's so beautiful, that we can raise each other up, and you are never going to fill the same shoes that another person is filling, and they will never fill your shoes.
So Stephanie just said, Abby, you're a sweet girl, best wishes in all you do.
Aw, thank
So
you.
you can feel it. It's authentic. It's the authenticity that you provide to the world. Michelle, who you know.
Yes. Hey, Michelle.
Abby is truly an amazing talent and genuine person.
Thank you.
I used to love, I don't even remember, I'm trying to think of what's the first time I saw you. I think it was at your, probably the Christmas thing that
Probably,
you always
yes,
did.
yes.
Yeah, which was so
Yeah.
beautiful. You don't do that anymore, do you?
No, unfortunately. So some of you may have seen me before, and we did a Trans-Siberian tribute.
Woo, it was good.
band. It was so fun. And again, really props to the people behind that. Eric Struthers is the producer of that show.
So good.
And maybe we'll bring it back one year. I don't know.
Abby and Eric, by the way, would fight for who had the best hair flip.
Yes, we did. That was actually first, again, talking about people who have been formative in my career. I really can never look forward without also looking back and thanking the people that
Amen.
helped me get to where I'm at. Because that really, you are such a combination of all the people and the places that have brought you to where you are.
Yes.
And Eric Struthers, shout out to you. You've been amazing. He is really the reason, and that band is the reason that I have gained such a love for performing live, and that's the reason I got an electric violin. That's the reason I learned to be able to move around the stage and interact with other people on stage. As a classical violinist, sitting in a chair, in orchestra, having to break out of that mold, that was really the formative experience for me. So
Yeah, so why, I didn't get a chance to ask this, because a lot of people will be introduced to violin as you were at a young age. Obviously, it wasn't electric back then. First of all, where did you get introduced to electric violin? Some people don't even realize that there is an electric
Yes,
violin.
yeah.
And how did you, because I did just see you in a video where you went to a regular violin that we're used to.
yeah.
But do you prefer the electric?
They're almost different instruments.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I've even
okay.
I was talking to Shane Williams about this, my former conductor, as people kind of get out of the mindset of just viewing a violin as only the acoustic version, and it has to be, you know, almost purist, which there's a beauty in that. There are some things that acoustic violins can only do that electric violins can't do in the same way. But I do view them as different instruments. I think you have almost different color palettes with the two instruments. So I view them as having different functions. But getting into the electric violin, it was because of the TSO, the Trans-Siberian Tribute, that I did, and viewing and even learning from the violinists in those bands and watching them and what they did is how I started to kind of form my own thing. But realizing I needed an electric violin was because of that band, and also being able to run around the stage. There are also different, you know, I won't get into the aspects, but different aspects of using an acoustic violin in a loud setting. You can get feedback, almost like having an acoustic guitar. So you really need more of a closed, solid body electric violin to really be able to be amplified to the level that the other instruments are around you. So that was one practical reason that I needed it. And then the other reason I got the one that straps onto me is so I can run around. Yeah, it's cool. So I can run around and flip my hair and do all the show.
Let's be real, because that's really what it's all about.
So that is, I mean, I love the show part of it. So
yeah, so you'll see that, by the way. Click on her YouTube, get an opportunity. Carrie just said you have a blessed talent. Thank you for sharing it with the world. So yeah, I want you to see the hair flips. I want you to see what we're talking about. There's YouTube videos of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra shows that were at a live church, right?
Yeah, they were at Enjoy Church.
Enjoy Church.
Yes.
Enjoy Church, and that was in O'Fallon and
in Alton.
Illinois. Yes, wonderful. Maybe we'll bring them back at some point. I would love that, because it really truly was one of my favorite things that I saw. Good luck, Abby. Stay grounded. Love that. Stay blessed. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So again, the Indiegogo campaign is underway. An opportunity for you to be a part of it. I'd love to see my followers jump on to be her followers, because again, we resonate to each other. That's why when I say thank you, please share, like, and follow our live stream so that you can see more incredible. It's the same thing, right, Abby? It's the same thing. I want you to share this show. I would like for you, if you know someone who wants to be a part of this show, that you have them reach out to me. I'm going to put my email address up there for you, because if you would like to be a sponsor of the show and be able to see more incredible segments like this, we also need you to jump on board. And that's, you know, there's no way to continue things in life without people resonating with you, aligning with you, and saying, wow, I love this. I met a lot of people over the weekend at the retreat, which you've been at one of my retreats in the past.
Yes, I have.
You went, however, to the one that was a half-day retreat. We took it to a full day yesterday. Now, I'm hoping that this works. My wonderful videographer and creative artist, George, put this together. I believe that I should be able to talk, and we'll make sure that we know, because your mother is on set. I want to have you look back at what we had yesterday. So hopefully you can still hear me, but this is the beginning of the retreat, just talking. As you know, in the one that you went to, that I had an opportunity to speak, tell people that it's about the mental, physical, spiritual side of life, that it's the best of life that we are looking for you. We also bring the yoga component into it, as you're seeing. Katie Snyder here, she was incredible. So you had an opportunity to do yoga at the last one, but this was with gong therapy. I'm going to tell you, I've never had the sound therapy as a part of it, and it took me to a place I've never been before, Abby. I'm just going to say this. I saw the face of God in the sky, and it made me, and it was brought out by music, by the gong. I searched so far, I searched so far into the depths of my soul looking for my father, because I could see descriptive aspects of a face. And I saw God first. I don't know what it was, but I saw a baby. I don't know what this means. I'd love for someone who's in the energy world to maybe reach out to me and tell me, what is that? I don't know what that was. And then I saw outlines, what I believe were angels. That are chills, that are there to tell us it's so beautiful here. I don't know how I got taken there, but I'm going to say, Katie Snyder, thank you so much for being a part of this beautiful retreat that we held at Le Champ de Flore, which is by Stone Soup Cottage. It was unbelievably incredible on multiple levels, and we will have more. Excuse me, I got a little choked up here because it was incredible. You are very faith-based, and for me to say that, what did that just do to you?
You know, I believe I don't know how deep you want to get here, but no, I do believe that angels are
Among us?
surrounding us
Mhm.
all the time, and I even looking at my own faith background, I don't know how much in detail we can know specifically about them, but I think we can experience them still. So yes, there is a lot of guidance. I mean, of course, God is guiding us too. He's the one that put us here and put these beautiful gifts in our hearts. So yes, that is definitely not only a huge part of who I am, but it really is who I am. So
It's who we are, and that's why we connect so much. Marilyn was at the conference, or sorry, at the retreat. She said, Monica, your story about your father in Cabo, which I've told before, and we won't go into it right now. She said, yes, I saw a heart in the clouds. Okay, see, it's where you go, and there's a whole nother level, by the way, if you get into energy work. And she did some Reiki. She taught us some Reiki that you can do on yourself, which I thought was pretty powerful. But I've gone to a level that when I get into energy work that's done, or the gong therapy evidently brought up another level to me that I didn't know existed, but I see colors. And when you can go to that level, there's a whole nother story. And we might actually do a show on energy work and what that means. And when you see the color purple, it is the highest level. It's, if you know chakras, it's the crown chakra. And then there's a third eye. There's the heart chakra, and it goes multiple levels all the way down to the root chakra. But if you get into energy work, or if you haven't, you might want to be introduced to it. It's a beautiful thing, and it's also something that when I ask people to open up their minds and their souls to be sponges and absorb, it is no matter what level of what your life has been. I was raised as a Catholic. I have opened my life to spirituality. I would love to go to different churches. I told you all that. I was invited to the Crossing. I loved it. I went to the one in Fenton, went to one in Chesterfield. Where do you go?
I go to Covenant of Grace. I've been going there all my life, so it is a small church, but everybody knows each other. So there's definitely beauty in that. There's all different aspects of types of churches. And yeah, I love where I was raised. As probably technically Reformed Presbyterian, so that's my background.
Okay.
And yeah, very Bible rooted. I love it. So.
And that's the thing, and I really do mean this. Invite me to your church. I want to find where I connect the most, but I am so open-minded, and I wish more people in the world would be. We would probably stop a lot of the hate. We would bring more kindness together. We won't push our beliefs on someone else because they have a belief system. It is a good thing to communicate, though, and say, oh, I see where you come to this. And if we could do that as human beings, we'd be a better race of human beings, right? It's that race, the human race, that matters the most. It's not about this colored skin, about this ethnicity, this culture, how your upbringing was. It is to open your mind, open your soul, and say, I see where you're coming from, not you're wrong. It's my belief or no way. It's not, right? It's build off of your foundation. We think about a home being built. The foundation has to start, but there are so many levels, so many interior designers that will change, and it's like, oh, I love the beauty of this. When we talk about faith, Abby, I don't know if you've hopefully been watching the show over the last 3 months, but I incorporated these 100 days to freedom. I'm going to let Abby pick which one we pick from today. Hold on, I'll go back here.
That sounds fun.
Monica, she said chills the whole day, the heart-to-heart hugs. It was truly Christmas Day. So thank you, Carrie. I'm so glad that you were a part of it. Michelle just posted our YouTube. So yes, we are putting a lot of the shows on YouTube as well, subscribing and following. So 100 Days to Freedom.
Wow.
This is how we wrap up our show. Which one would you like to pick from? It's 100 Days to Freedom from fear and anxiety, overeating, depression, shame, anger.
I think the fear and anxiety one.
Fear and anxiety. Okay. So this is how we wrap up the show. And yes, you feel like I didn't know it was almost 8 o'clock. It is right at, I love her, just giving Lori, her mother, some trouble. So this is how we wrap up. Sometimes we go a little bit longer than an hour. Today, we're doing just that. So today is day 5, by the way, of the 100 Days to Freedom. And you know what that means, Abby? There are, actually, let's see if Abby can do this because she said she wasn't good at math. How many books? Oh, look how quickly she did the math. That means we're at least together.
I don't want to fail this one.
We're at least together for 500 days and beyond. And gosh, I can't even imagine where we'll be at that point, but I think we will have affected the masses by then. So this is how I leave all of you. And I ask you to open up your hearts, your minds, your souls, and listen and take this in and take whatever part sticks with you. And I am convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love, neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today nor our worries about tomorrow. Not even the powers of hell can separate us from God's love. No power in the sky above or in the earth below, indeed nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate us from the love of God that is revealed in Christ Jesus our Lord. That's from Romans 8:38 through 39. You know, the fear of dying, we actually talked about this on Friday. I think I did this one already. So I'll do this and one more. The fear of dying prevents so many people from really living. The fear that something will take your life can make you focus on the details of death, loss, and suffering. You might be afraid of a loved one dying and how terrible the loss will be. Sometimes when fear wants to rule our lives, it can cause us to stay in the alert mode, even on the days when nothing much is happening. The difficulty about this kind of fear is that it's based partly in truth. We all will die at some point. I brought that up at the retreat yesterday. It is a certain thing that will happen. So what will you do with the dash, the birth date, and the death date? That is where you truly tell your story. Living life, and we're also going to talk about breathing, so we're actually into day 6 of this one. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him. That's Psalm 91, verses 1 through 2. So finding peace in this chaotic world can be a challenge. Yesterday at the retreat, I talked about the debris that will be in your life. You got to find that path that's the most clear. Sometimes we just want to take a breather, a time out, and catch up with ourselves. We did some breath work yesterday, didn't we? The anxious feelings we get trying to plow through our to-do list, our everyday tasks, can make us feel as though life is a treadmill and we don't have access to the stop button. Think about how exhausting that could be, right? You want to get off the thing and it's just this go, 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 go. Sometimes our anxiety can keep us from moving forward. It's like an invisible barrier that prevents us from doing what we need to do. If not, moving forward means we cannot accomplish a particular task, and that creates more tension. Even thinking about it creates anxiety. So what if you could complete your task and responsibilities without fretting that you might not be able to get it all done? Take a breath. Recognize the challenge. Move forward. Avoiding a task creates a vortex, which keeps you from your life. When you have a long task list, there's going to be stress and there will be obstacles. However, when that task has been addressed, you will experience relief and confidence, which you talked about earlier, to do the next thing, one task at a time. From Dale Partridge, you don't need to have it all figured out to move forward. And from Martin Luther King Jr., if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, folks, keep moving. If you want further reflection, you can go to Isaiah 35, 3 through 7, Luke 12, 22 through 32, or Revelation 21, 3 through 7. And I leave you with this morning, today's prayer. Lord, you know how hard it is for me to move forward when my mind feels frozen in anxiety. I pray that you will bring peace and rest as I take on the challenges of this day, knowing that you are with me. Help me to rest in your presence while moving forward in your strength. I ask this in your name. Amen. If that didn't put you in a better place, then maybe rewind and go back and listen and absorb the words a little bit more. If you had to jump on and off, that's okay. I want you to share this. I want you to go back to it and use these as a resource. And I want to thank all my team, from George to Lori to Michelle to Caroline to Patrick. By the way, we are going to be launching these on the audio platforms all over. So now, right? Movement, movement, movement. Keep moving. And so instead of just on Facebook and just on YouTube, yes, a lot of people have said, where can I hear your show? Well, that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking some of the past, and then we're going to have some future shows that will just be on the audio side as well. I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
I love you to death. My
Me
baby
too.
sister. We're so excited, really, to look at our lives and that we're not going to stand still until we realize that we have moved mountains together.
Right. And I do want to say too,
Yes.
even if you don't feel like you have the platform that either of us have, you know, she's been on the air for years, and I've been blessed to have a little different platform, but they're both beautiful. Even if you don't feel like you're, you know, that person to be on camera in front of people, you still have influence in your sphere. And it might be your family, it might be your close friends, might be even your neighborhood, taking a walk and saying hi to your neighbor. You still have influence no matter where you're at, and I think that is a beautiful thing to recognize.
And it's a great way to wrap up, because for those of you that were at the retreat yesterday, or for those of you that I've maybe coached or counseled, or you've watched me over the years, I have always said, do you believe you're a role model? Do you believe you have value, as this gentleman has done?
Yes,
in Vital. Do you believe you're vital to life? Yes. You are so powerful. You want to make a quick cameo?
Oh, come on.
Mama Jackie's here. She was at the retreat yesterday, and as we say goodbye to you, can you pick a word? What was your word yesterday?
Happiness.
Happiness, and what's your word today?
Relax.
Relaxed.
My car's gonna get fixed.
It's the simple things in life. All right, everyone. Carrie said you love her to life. Michelle loves the message. Michelle says, hi, Mama. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Absolutely. So look in the comment section. If you watch this later, I'd love to see your comments. Abby will probably be popping in to see those comments as well. Click on her Indiegogo the campaign and give it any level that you can, and share. We've got big things to do together, my friend. I am super excited for your career and where it's going. I'm excited for all of you that are a part of this show and where this show can take you. Please share this not just with your loved ones, but even those that you might think are your enemies, because we want to reach into their heart and soul.
Amen.
We want to help wherever the darkness is that they're currently in. Let's find light for them. All right, in a world where you can be anything, just be kind. Love you all. Bye-bye.